you hear me!
Okay, welcome back to the channel. I was hoping to get this video out a few days ago, but I've been a bit unwell, and today the rain's come in and hopefully it doesn't affect the audio on this video too much. So this is August pickups. I've got a few things through the door. We got some Black Series Star Wars, Retro Collection Star Wars, we got Kenner Vintage Star Wars, we got some Action Force, AEW chase figures, and some WWE figures. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna do some of these. All right, so straight off the bat, we've got two, what do you call these ones? Praetorian Furies. Beautiful colors, beautiful design, great figures there coming through the door of Veliverse. We got one and we got the second one. Try and set these up so I could fit everything in today. And then we got another Steel Brigade. These figures are sensational. Mine's coming away from the blister, so this one will get opened up. And then we got, so that was my only three. I'm trying to keep a little bit of money aside because I know Bobby's about to drop Series 6. So I don't want to get caught out with that. I'm not sure if the black's part of that, but the black I'm really keen for. That whole open sea pirate theme is, I reckon it's wicked. I reckon he's hit a winner with that one. Next up, we'll go, excuse me. I've got a couple of Black Series figures. First up, I've got this Darth Maul, because these are both loose. Just been cut away from their plastic and taken out of the boxes and sent in. I believe this Darth Maul is from those comic box ones, I think. Crimson something or Shadow, I don't know. Someone can correct me on that one. And then I'll take this one out of the packet just to show you how these come from this seller. And he sort of cuts them away just so you could fit more in the bags and that. You don't have to bulk your boxes, which is fine by me. If I get all the gadgets and that and they're complete, I'm pretty cool with that. I don't need to keep the boxes. I'm trying to get rid of all my boxes at the moment, so there we go. Chuck him there. It's probably going to get covered up in a minute. Old Grand Moff. Whoops. I'll just lie him down there for now. Excuse me, just had to stop the video. Had a bit of a coughing fit. Still trying to come down from being unwell last couple of days. So, excuse me, forgive me if I cough and carry on. I'll try and do my best to edit out all those pieces. WWE wise, this is a figure, man. Check out RVD with these two ECW belts. Pretty much the only reason why I got this pack was for the belts. I love my belts, love the accessories, championships. So this one here was a must buy, and I had to swoop on it because I had a feeling that they were about to go into short supply. And then the only other WWE figure I got this month was a classic character from way back, 70s, 80s. And that's Bruno Sammartino. This Bruno, I really dig it. But the one that's in that 4-pack, I don't recall what it's called, but it comes with the Ultimate Warrior. I think John Cena and The Rock's in it. Is that right? I could be wrong. But that Bruno, I thought, seeing that is a really cool Bruno. Unfortunately, I mean, I would like the Warrior, but the other two figures I'm not too keen on. So, whoops. What we might do is we'll get old mate here. I'll put these two there like that. There we go. Got them all in the picture. And blow them off. So hard when you've got no space to work with, getting all these figures into the picture somehow. Okay. We'll go with some retro collection. First up, so I've got the box set of Phantom Menace, the 6 that came. I've almost got all 6 of them loose now as well. I thought I'd get a couple of Darth Mauls, one to keep on display on the shelf, and obviously one's inside the box, and I'll open one up. But at this stage, I've only got the one, so I might just open him up. I don't know if I need 3 different sort of styles and cards and versions. Well, not versions, but one in the box and one out of the 6 packet box that's on display, and then one that's out off the card loose. And I'm getting a bit crazy here, but I do have something in mind that hopefully by the end of the week I'll start filming it, and I'm going to explain my madness behind my sudden delve back into Star Wars. I went back and I watched Ahsoka, watched Andor, I've been watching all the trilogy movies. I've just started, it's funny the way I did it. I went OT, then I went, I've just finished the sequels, and now I'm going to go back and watch the prequels. So I've done it asked about, but anyway, cool. I'm getting jazzed on it again. You know, my love for it. I went away because of all the toxicity and that, and I thought, you know what, you got your opinions out there. I don't care, man. I really don't. I'm collecting because I love it, and you can't. I mean, obviously you could put a price on these things because you have to go out and purchase them. So, but for me, you know, I want it in my collection, I'll buy it. As simple as that. And a lot of this stuff, especially the Kenner stuff that I'm going through, I had it all as a kid. I had it 2-3 times over, like collections full of, like the complete run I probably had twice, you know. And then 80% of the full Kenner run I probably had another 2 times, you know. I was always selling and trading, like between Star Wars and wrestling. I didn't have the room, and one of the beauties of collecting is I had a brother. So if I sold my Masters of the Universe collection, he still had his. It's like if I traded my LJN WWF figures, he still had his collection. So I was the one that was always trading in and out of Star Wars and Motu and wrestling. A little bit of G.I. Joe in there, but I could always count on that. I was never really losing out because I always had his collection to fall back on as well. Bit of cheating, but, you know, I was the older brother, so I always won out. I digress. Okay, let's get back on track. We've got, again, from that 6-pack, we've got, there he is, Obi-Wan. So we've got Obi-Wan there. I'm not going to have enough room to do this. What I might do, I'll bring the camera back a bit. There we go. We have... Oh, so that was the only other one from the Phantom Menace. And then we went to Boba Fett, Ahsoka. I might get these all out of the bags. I should have done this first. Sorry. We got Boba Fett, with the dress. I call it a dress. It's probably a sun gown. I don't know. A sandstorm gown. I don't know. Something to keep you cool. We got a soaker. You know, I know there's a lot of things wrong with these TV series, but for me, it's a lot of fan service. I loved Rebels, and seeing these characters on the live action screen gave me joy, you know. And I just appreciate it for what it is. I wasn't keen on the Sabine character, but hey, you can't win them all, can you? And it wasn't enough to deter me from not watching it again. Sorry, this is Bo-Katan. So we got Bo, and then I'm going to show you something, because I did get this guy, Han in trench coat, which was really cool, because I was having a hard time trying to find a Kenner one at a good price. Excuse me. But he won't hold his gun. He just does not hold his gun. So I did manage all the way. I live in Australia, for those of you who don't know or watching me for the first time. I brought these guys from Italy. I brought a heap of Kenner figures from Italy, really cheap. Wasn't sure I was going to actually receive them because of the whole mix-up with tracking, and it was all in Italian and or Spanish or something, and obviously I can't read that, but got this figure, got a really good price, good condition, great condition. But look at him. Look how good the older figures are in holding the weapons. Something I've noticed, and Han's not alone in the trench. I think the Luke Bespin's the same. There's a few of them, and these are just fantastic. This figure, awesome. I do believe it did come out with the same jacket. There was a variant. Whether I go after it, I don't know. I'll get the Lando smiling, and that'll probably be the only one. Oh, so there we go. We got the retro Han in trench coat, and then we got. Oh, here comes the rain. You can probably hear it. I thought I had a break. I thought I'd get away with this, but obviously not. So, out of the original Kenner pickups, I did manage to get this guy. These are all in pristine condition. Mind you, they don't have their weapons. It's probably why they were so cheap. The postage actually costs more for the figures than the figures themselves. So I think the figures were like $20 for 3. And the third one I got from him, I think it was either Klaatu or Nadine. I'm going to say it was Klaatu. So got them all from a fantastic seller in Italy. Yeah, came through with the goods. I gave them great feedback. Good buy, like greatly priced. Obviously, they don't have their weapons, and like these three, I got these three really good. FX7 OG. We got, as I mentioned, Nadine. I always want to say Nadine, but it's M for Mary. Nadine. Don't have his little staff. These are things that I'm going to have to pick up if I don't buy him again. And then a B-wing pilot. He's got a bit of scratch on his arm there, hand. But again, these three were cheap as well. They certainly did not break the bank. And last up, we have a couple of AEW chase figures. I've got, never remember this guy's name, Brian Cutler. Brian Cutler comes with the spray can. Remember that when he was with the Young Bucks? It's probably that long ago that people don't remember him now. So, but always liked the gear, the attire. I was hoping that something come out similar for the Young Bucks, but we've sort of got a couple of outfits that can go with this guy in the fancy shoes. So we got him, and then I did get this figure. This is all in one in. It's not 1,000. I think it's 3,000, or it could be 1,000. But I got the Jamie Hayter, the first all-in exclusive. Doesn't have an orange coat, but I have a spare black one, which I'm gonna paint in the red, white, and blue rather it being the orange. So, sort of to match the Union Jack. It might be a bit overkill, too much red, white, and blue, but I'll have a look at that. Maybe I'll just paint it white. White might suit it really well. And then again, depending on the paint I use, I might screw it up royally. But you don't know if you don't try, and because I've got the spare, I don't mind. So we got that. So got some cool figures this month. Or should I say last month, August. There's quite a few coming in through the door. I'm about to film, hopefully in about an hour, I'll start filming my next unboxing of Black Series. I just need to get rid of the boxes, put the figures in a tub. They'll all be prequel figures. I'll have to do a little bit of sorting because one of those figures I'm going to add to that video actually came yesterday. So they should really be part of the September pickups video before I open them. I always try and show off the figures first before I do unboxing videos. So I don't know why. I could do them as they come in the door, but then I just don't have the time to film that many videos. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I have just hit double digits, 10 subscribers. Thank you very much. It's not the be all and end all, but I do thank you for your support. And I hope you're enjoying the content. So what I might do is, like my last video, I might open up some of these retro figures, put them down, and we'll have a closer look at them. Okay? Let's get into it. Okay, so I've opened up a lot of these. Before I go, just want to really looking forward to this figure, but not really sold on the lightsaber. Like, I wish it came apart some way, but I know it doesn't. It's not what the old figures would have been, I don't think so. But anyway, there we are. I'll just remove the camera and we'll zoom in. We'll get a closer look at these bad boys. Okay, so there we go. We've got the two Praetorians. Great figures. I can't wait to open these up. They're just fantastic. Then we got this guy here, the Steel Brigade. As I was moving these figures around, the blister just popped off the card, so I thought, you know what, bugger it, if I'm opening him up, I'll open up the others that are on the blisters and that. I didn't open up the WWE figures just because it was a bit more time consuming, and I'll leave that for another video. I want to open up RVD with my Sandman and stuff. Well, actually, you know what? They'll probably, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'll do there. And then we got the AEW. We got some AEW there, which those chasers were up at the shelves, up the top. Right up there, you can see all the other chasers I've got waiting for a video. So this is where I want to get into it. On my Star Wars purge at the moment. Got a couple of Black Series. Really enjoy my Black Series figures. I reckon they're great. Good detail. Moff Tarkin, I've been wanting him for ages. Darth Maul, one of my favourite characters. I think he's like on the top of everyone's list as a favourite character, the Sith. And this is one thing, watching the sequels just recently, I really fell in love with Kylo Ren again. And Finn. I love that character, Finn. Man, he made me laugh. Um, Corny at times, but the whole, not even just for nostalgia purposes, but the Force Awakens was a good movie. Like Harrison Ford in that, playing Han again, his character, it was just great having him on the screen and, just reliving that character, like being Han. And how, I can't get the words out to describe this, but I just went in with a different frame of mind and I came out the other end going, I see the similarities to A New Hope and that, but such a great movie. I I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, it's not the best one by far, but for a fun watch, it was exactly that. And I didn't feel like I'd wasted my time watching it. So it's always good when you can sit down and watch a movie and go, oh man, that's 2 hours I'll never get back. But I didn't feel like that. It was good. Righto, retro. There's Han. We got Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, Ben Kenobi, Boba Fett, and Darth Maul. No. So I've got all the retros at the front there, and then at the back we got original Kenner. We got Han trench coat with retro trench coats gun, and then we've got a B-wing pilot. And at Commander we got Madine, FX7, and Klaatu. So pretty good pickup for August. Quite happy. Bit of variety in there. As you'll see, the coming months, or next month in particular, I've got 3 big items coming. Hopefully they all arrive by the end of September, because it'd be pretty cool to showcase those 3 pieces. Actually, I got one yesterday, a TVC vehicle, which I'm sure you've all got by now. So there'll be 4 pieces to showcase next month. So I just had a quick look, and it looks like of those 3 big items, check this out, okay? So the eBay global shipping option. On one item that I'm hoping will be here next week, took 2.5 to 3 weeks just to process moving around the United States. Now, as of yesterday, it has left. And normally, I noticed on the last one I got, by the time it landed in Australia, I had it within the week. In fact, it was probably including the time that it left the mainland of America. But I couldn't get over the amount of processing locations, and so it sort of like moves from this town to this town to this town, and then you got to wait a day for it to be processed there, and goes to the next town, processed there, and that takes like 2.5 to 3 weeks moving through America, which is crazy. And then by the time it departs, I've normally got it within the week. So if everything turns out right, I may even have that by the end of this week. So fingers crossed, I'll have one vintage Kenner Star Wars box here. I forgot. I got another playset. I have another playset coming. I just realised that is being shipped, packaged right now. Now this one's not boxed, but it is a vintage Kenner one. Hopefully, you know what? actually, these other ones, now that I just explained that whole global shipping process, I don't think the others will come by the end of September. October looks like it's going to be a good month though. But let's not look forwards. Let's just stick to what we have here. And as you can see, I've got some great figures in August. I'm super happy, and we'll attack September when it finishes, and obviously what doesn't come will be in October. And then I'm going to die. My collecting will just stick to pre-orders. These probably won't be as big because I should have moved out by then, so I won't have the space to be, excuse me, to be receiving all these items and storing them at the house that I'll be living at until my house is renovated. So here we go. So far I've got about I think I counted 16 tubs and boxes, and I have another 5 on the floor here that one's for like wrestling figures, one's for Black Series, one's for Action Force, one's for G.I. Joe, and one's for these retro and vintage Kenner and Real American Hero, which I haven't been showing you viewers any of because I really don't have a lot, and what I'm trying to do is go back and collect the ones that I had as a kid, because I'm not sure that I've really got any of them left. So when I do unpack some of these older boxes that have been in storage the whole time, even while I've been in this house, I know I'm missing a box that's got quite a bit of stuff that I'm a bit concerned that I don't have it anymore, but I'm pretty sure like old wrestling Hasbros, other items, Warriors, these old Warriors, you know, the movie Warriors about the gangs, had these old figures that I think 10 inches tall. Like all this stuff that I've had in storage for so long that I just didn't have any room to display it. And these things have been in storage for like, my God, a decade, probably more. I'm just a bit concerned because I don't feel like I've come across the boxes that they may have been in, which worries me a little bit because I really don't have the funds to go recollect those. And some of my real old G.I. Joes, I believe, were in one of those boxes. Now, I know I definitely don't have them all from when I was a kid, but I did keep a couple of the ones I really like Lifeline. I think it's version 3 of Cobra Commander. That's the battle one. You know, I actually just received him the other day. He came out in classified. So that one there was one of my favorites growing up. As like I said, Lifeline. The twins, Xander and his sister. Yeah, there was a few. I didn't like it. I was very niche, and I'll go into great detail when I do the video, my Real American Hero video, of what I had and what I liked, and the whole story of how I got into it, which was through my uncle. So I'll leave that for another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I've been waffling on a lot. I don't want this to be 15-20 minutes long, but it looks like it's nearing on that, so I'll cut it short. I'll stop it now. I'm hoping the weather's fine where you are. You're getting some sunshine. Vitamin D is important, man. It's important for your mental health. Get outside, get some fresh air, walk through the sand on the beach, wherever you live. All right, just look after yourselves, okay? Until my next video, take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for the support. Double digits in the subscribers. Thank you all. Catches.